Hey you guys, it's Jen at Jen's Haunts, and I wanted to show you that I did complete this tombstone, but it took me a little bit to get it out because Frank happened. This is Frank Rizzo. Frank, come here. Frank. There's Frank. Hi, Frank Rizzo. Frank Rizzo. This is Frank. Isn't he cute? Isn't he cute? This is Frank. All right, you guys. So I got Frank, and anyone who's got a new puppy knows that it's pretty much a nightmare. But here we are. This one's done, and I'll give you a good look at it. When I picked this project, I tried not to pick anything that was going to be too hard. You know, some of these Celtic type tombstones, you could be carving them for a year, and I just couldn't get into that. I did have some font in there that I had to take off because that is just not what I'm good at, and it didn't look good, so I took it off. So here it is. I might do a base for this. I haven't decided yet. I've got one more tombstone to do, and I think that's the frog. So I'll get that done, and then I'll go from there because I also have to do a cemetery fence and you know, some other things to enclose this in my neighbor's side yard. So I'm going to show you how I made this, and I'm going to show you my pumpkin and my sunflower. My sunflowers are right over here. I did lose one sunflower. It got windy and it blew over, so that was a bummer, but you guys can see that it's past the fence now. They're just growing, and then I wanted to do this video in the morning so you could see my little pumpkin patch. And my one pumpkin is doing really well, and I will show you that over there. Almost all these are male. See how these flowers are more orange? These flowers are more pale. I think these are probably traditional pumpkins, so hopefully I'll get one. I've only seen one female on this plant, and she's right there. Even the shape is different. It's kind of interesting. So here's my winner. I'm so happy to have her. She's beautiful. Look at that color. Huh, Frank? That's a nice pumpkin right there. And then this one, I think the plant abandoned because it's not growing. I have one more that I'll show you. This is the other one. So we'll see what this does. It's super round at the moment, but it's supposed to be a Cinderella. So let's go in and I will show you how I made that tombstone, and we'll go from there. Okay, you guys, here is a picture that I found on Pinterest. So I think I got it pretty close. There's the bottom. So I started with a piece of wood and did my measurements. That was the only way I was going to get a true circle. So once I figured out the ins, the outs, I used a little bowl to figure out, you know, what I wanted this to be. So they're all similar. It's not perfect, but it turned out good. So then I just got out a piece of paper and a pencil and started drawing my images. That chain, I drew it originally straight. So I cut it and I retaped it to what I wanted. And then I just photocopied these because if I tried to draw them, they would never be the same twice. So here's the bottom part. I was able just to use another photocopy of this head here. And then I drew this for the bottom. So here it is. I've got all the images on there and making sure that I think it's going to look okay when it's all done. And I started taking out the inside and leaving all the sides. I was really trying to make sure that all the lines of the face and the detail and the chain, that I didn't lose it. So I did use one of those tiny little, you know, pen knife carvers. I didn't use the heat gun on this project at all, and I didn't use the hot tool that sometimes I'll carve it. Just the outside, I did carve it. So once you get this tombstone how you want it, see how this is connected here? Then I did use the heat tool and I had to cut it off, carve a second piece that matched, and then move this back so that I would have that depth that that I needed to have it look right. So yeah, it was kind of funny. I get it to where I want and then I start tearing it apart. So here it is, all done. I've got that rest in peace in there. That looks bad. And this looks crooked. I'm just not very good at the font without a stencil. So in the end, I did decide to make some changes there. So now you see the depth. I've got the second on the back, and I've used skewers and foam glue and put it back together. So there's that. The lettering's still there, but it's gonna have to go. I kept hoping it would look better, but it just never did. And then I redid the front so it looked better, but yeah, just not what I'm good at. Okay, so here's the back. Here's that foam glue. Here's my piping in the back so that I can just slide it down a piece of rebar. So here it is. I've painted the inside with regular paint just to make sure I didn't lose any lines, and I really needed to get all that paint in there. And then this is the driveway sealant that you get at, like, you know, Lowe's or Home Depot for like $17. So here it is after it's painted. Again, I don't want to lose all the work I did, so I decided to do gray on everything that was raised and keep everything else just black. I thought this turned out really good. I heard it means renewal of the soul, but I could be wrong. 95% of stuff on the internet is not factual. So, okay, here it is after it's been tea stained. And that's it. I might dirty this up a little more when I have time, but, now I'm on Frank time, so we'll see how I do. So that's it. And here's my logo. Have you guys ever noticed my logo? I think it looks great. So anyways, let's take one more look, and that'll be it. Okay, guys, I almost forgot to tell you, I've got one more thing going. So remember, a friend gave me this skull, and then I was in Michael's, and this candlestick was on sale for $10.50. Sold. So Grandin Road is selling a similar product for $60. I think I'll paint the candlestick all black and probably dry brush it. And then I'll mount the skull. And Grandin Road is putting, a raven on top. So I could certainly get one of those at Michael's. I'm waiting for it to go on sale because they're like $7, $14. And, it'll go on sale for half. So I'm just going to wait on that. But this is a little side project I've got going on. And I'll show you my tombstone. And that'll be it. All right, you guys. So have a great rest of your day. And I will talk to you later.